Isn't it a pretty sky? You wouldn't know it, but a few minutes ago, out here in the desert, we had a mega downpour for like 30 minutes. Let me tell you, it was a welcome occurrence. I don't think that sky's done with this yet, maybe. Turn back over here around behind my property. That sky looks pretty scary. Maybe we're not done yet. I came out to check the garden area, and everything looks pretty good, so I figured I'll give you a tour while I'm here. And these are my blackberry bushes that I just planted recently. This one I've had for a couple of years, and it's just now getting ready to make some blackberries, which I'm very excited about because they're giant and they're yummy and they're delicious. Over here's my sunchokes. They're about 3 feet tall now and they're doing really well. Wasn't sure how they'd do out here in the desert, but they're doing good. The sun's been beating up the plants. It's in over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Probably about 108. It sure feels good right now though after that storm. Oh, I hear some more thunder. And these are strawberries that I planted recently. They have some runners on them, I'm hopeful. And this is one of the raised beds that I got at a yard sale. So I stuck it up and I'm using it for my strawberries. And I'm excited to say that I have a mullein plant for my medicinal garden. A friend of mine gave me that. And here's a potato in a grow bag, just waiting for it to finish dying, so I'm anxious to see what I got in there. Here's my grape plant, my grapevine. It looks okay. It's growing. It's expanding. It got a little blown off here a little bit because the wind was like crazy. For, like I said, about 30 minutes. It was quite the storm. The thunder was so loud it shook the house. That was a little unnerving. I know you guys back east are used to those kind of thunderstorms, but we don't get them very often out here. Anyway, that's my grapevine. And the wind was pretty bad for a few minutes. So it blew up some of the tarp I have out here for ground cover, for weed cover. And I'm going to have to fix it, but I have pumpkins and watermelon plants. Hopefully. Oh, I didn't know there was some growing underneath of the tarp. I'm going to have to get those out of there. So hopefully I will have some pumpkins and watermelon by the late summer, I'm hoping. I tried growing cucumbers in here and it didn't work. All the way down there I planted cucumbers. What you see down there at the end is weeds. And for some reason my cucumbers would not grow. And this right here is pretty sad. It's all that's left, but I have a feeling it's going to be gone soon. Here's some tires that I'm going to paint white and make some more planters because they were so successful for me before. And along here is some more bags of potatoes. And they're starting to die off. And when the potato tops are dead, then I will retrieve my potatoes, if any. These are, I think, 10-gallon bags. So we'll see what we get. I think we've got a fire started here somewhere in the valley because I can really smell smoke right now. And I heard our volunteer fire department tearing down the road a few minutes ago. They were speeding to somewhere, but I can really smell the smoke right now. And with as much dry brush and weed as we've got in this valley, we really don't need a fire. So hopefully they'll get right on it and get it out quickly. And here is what I've been working on. This part, putting covering down, weed cover. And I have 4 more raised beds the size of this one that I have my strawberries in to put in this area. My goodness. Oh, the smoke is strong. Oh dear. Oh, that's just great. So anyway, that's what I'm working on right now. Sorry about the distraction there, guys. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to put up 4 more beds over in these areas and have some more growing space for next year. I won't get anything grown in them this year because it's too late in the summer for my growing season. And but if I can, and I'm looking for dirt. I can't use the native soil here because it doesn't grow anything, except it's really good at growing prairie grass and weeds, tumbleweeds, sagebrush, but that's about all it's good for, and I don't know how those things even live in it. So we'll get that taken care of as soon as I can. I'm saving up some money to go find some more dirt, believe it or not. Here's a picture of what this looked like before I started. I'm a little slow at getting things done. I was sick for about 1.5 years, and I just don't have any strength back. So I get really tired and I get hurting. So I can only do little bits at a time, which is so frustrating. But I used to be really strong. So, but I will get it done. I am determined. It's just not gonna, I'll get it all put up this year and get it fixed, and I'll show you later what it looks like when I get all the beds up. But for now, at least we're making progress, and it'll take me probably 1 year to save up for enough dirt. It takes at least 2 yards of dirt to fill up one of those beds, and that's a lot of dirt to find. So, and I usually have to go to Reno or Elko, which is 200 miles away, to a nursery to get dirt, and it's a little expensive. So that will happen when it happens. Okay, coming back here to the back behind the greenhouse. As I showed you before, there's my failing cucumbers. This is a peach tree that needs to be repotted into a bigger pot really soon. So as soon as I can get some more dirt, that's where that's going. This bed here had zucchini in it. Much to my disappointment, the zucchini came up, and as soon as it was about 2 inches high, the insects attacked it. I think it was squash bugs, and just totally annihilated the whole plant. This was right here. This was a bed of green beans. Again, very disappointing. Only just a very few of them came up, as you can see, and they are being eaten by the bugs. That whole thing was planted with maybe 30 plants, and just a few came up. I don't know what happened to them. I don't know whether the bugs got to it or what, but I have a plan for that. But replanting at this point in my growing season is not going to happen because it just wouldn't have time to grow. And I need to get another tire garden bed made, planter for this guy. He's an apple mint, and it has a beautiful flavor, so I'll be using him for tea. And this is back behind my garden. I mean my greenhouse, I should say. This is fennel, and it's growing quite well. Very happy about that. So hopefully See, the bulbs are forming. Hopefully I'll have some of that by the end of the summer. This is my sage. I'm extremely pleased with the sage. This is cooking sage and it's doing very, very well. And this is my spearmint, which is desperately needing to be harvested, and I think it's gotten too full. I'm going to have to thin some of it out. It's beginning to look a bit ragged. This is my lemon balm, which is going to seed. I need to get out here and get that harvested and get it thinned out a bit too as well. And this is tarragon. Now, I've never grown tarragon before, and my brother-in-law, I don't have a brother-in-law, my son-in-law brought this to me. He thought the name of the brand that was selling the herbs at the Home Depot started with STEV. Well, that's all he saw. He thought he brought me some stevia, and it doesn't even look anything like it, but he's not a plant person. And turns out it's tarragon. And I just harvested this a couple days ago. This is my oregano. So I have like 3 or 4 jars of dehydrated and chopped oregano just off that one harvesting. I gotta show you this guy. Isn't that beautiful? The pinks. Oh, it's really getting pretty back over here. Gonna have a nice little sunset. I hope you can see those colors. They're so pretty. But anyway, back to the garden. Sorry I got distracted. I love sunsets. This is my peppermint. And it's also going to seed and needs to be harvested and thinned out. This is my yarrow, which has gone crazy. Super thick. It needs to be harvested. All this back here does. I've had a few bad days, so I didn't get my harvesting done, so I'm a little bit behind. This is echinacea, and they're blooming, as you can see. So I'll be having a lot of bee activity, and maybe my little hummingbird friends will be around. And it's growing quite well. Very happy. You know, I love these tire planters. And they worked out so well. And being painted white in this heat, it reflects the heat, and you know, they really don't get that hot. So you don't have to worry about your plants' roots burning. So let's go see the inside of the greenhouse. This is the inside of the greenhouse. It's a little warm in here right now. Our electricity was out. The whole valley is out of electricity right now because of the storm. So I'm going around shutting off all of my electrical appliances so when it comes back on, I won't get a surge. But these are celery. They're not doing their best, but they're trying. And you know what? Even if I get a few of them to grow, I'll be happy because I've never grown celery, so we'll see what happens. This I am ecstatic about. This back here is hyssop, which there again, when I get some dirt, I'll transplant it into bigger pots. These are leeks. I have 4 pots of leeks. Look at this. Look at these guys. Really growing to town there. This is lemongrass that I really, really wanted for medicinal purposes and for my teas. They make an excellent tea combination when you blend it with green tea and dandelion flowers that I've dehydrated and the lemongrass. It makes a really nice mellow tea. It's getting a little bit dark, so I'll try to hurry up here. This is cabbage that I've got grown here. It's doing really well. This is my big area of cabbage that's doing very nicely. I'm getting some nice cabbage heads. The heat, I think, has slowed them down just a little bit in their development, but they're going. This I'm very proud of. This is Brussels sprouts. I have never been able to grow Brussels sprouts. This year, I think I may actually get some. And one thing I'm going to show you that I'm so excited to see these little knobs right here? Right there? Those are little Brussels sprouts growing on the stalk of the plant. And they're popping up everywhere in there, and I'm just so excited. This is longevity spinach. I've been eating off of it quite a bit. This is what I use in lieu of spinach, and it's got a really nice flavor. I love it. So I'm not going back to conventional spinach. I love this. And here's the second one I started here. Very easy to start if you want to have more than one plant. And there's my doggie. Hi, Maggie. She was pretty scared during the storm. That was her. She's only 5 months old. She comes up to my hip. She's a tall dog. She's German Shepherd Lab mix. That was her first thunderstorm, and poor little thing was scared to death. This is some more cabbage. These were extra cabbages that I had. I love cabbage, so I wanted to grow a bunch of cabbage. This is my little herb area. These I grew from cutting off the bottom of store onions, you know, with the little, look like little root on the bottom, just the very bottom part that you normally throw away. And if you stick them and just kind of screw them down into the soil and water them, this is what you get. They don't turn into big onions, but you get these little ones that are so cute and so easy for stews. And I have parsley and lots of basil. I use lots of basil. It's one of my favorites. And I watered these, so they're a little mashed down, but these are carrots. I've got 2 bins of carrots. They're going crazy. So I'm actually going to get some good carrots this year. This, I got to show you, I'm so excited. This is cauliflower. This whole bin right here. And look, I have cauliflower. They're small at the moment, but they're growing, and I'm so excited. See, I've been checking these up every day. This one's a little bit bigger than that first one, but I'm happy. I will take what I can get. In this harsh environment, guys, I take what I can get, and I'm happy to have it. And here's some more cauliflower. Actually, I've done better this year than I have in many years. These are bell peppers, and they're flowering, so hopefully I've already taken 2 bell peppers off of them. So hopefully I will get more bell peppers. These are my tomatoes. I have beefsteak tomatoes and cherry tomatoes. They got mixed up when I was bringing them in here, so please don't ask me which ones are which, because I just don't know. One thing I noticed is very odd. Now you can see the plant looks pretty healthy. And then you get this. It's like it withered up and died. And I've got a few places where it did that, and I don't know why, because the rest of the plant looks fine. And it's happening on this one too. I'm wondering if it's the heat, but I know, but it's only affecting just like a little area. So what I'm going to do is come out here tomorrow and cut those affected areas off, and hopefully it doesn't affect the rest of the plant. There's people here in the valley that I've talked to that said their tomatoes are doing the same thing. You know, just healthy plants, but maybe just one branch looks like it's withering and dying, and we don't know why. So if anybody has any ideas, let me know. And I thought maybe it was going from the cooler temperatures to the sudden over 100-degree temperatures. We just got hot overnight. Our summer just hit us with a bang. And here's some more tomatoes that I have growing. And that's about it for the greenhouse. I'm actually quite pleased. It's hot in here without those fans. It stayed 85 degrees all night last night. That's Fahrenheit. And I just about roasted. It's one of those where I had the fans going, I had the cooler going, and I still was too warm. So, oh my goodness, it's really, really hot. And I hope it's not going to take too much of a toll on my poor plants here, because they are doing so well so far. So thank you guys. Oops, stepped in a hole. Thank you guys so much for joining me and for looking at my little garden. I know it's been a while, but you know, sometimes life interferes and you do what you can do. So, oh, and I wanted to tell you too, on my other channel, Burning Sands Exploration, I'll have the link in the description. I have put up a couple of videos that we went and explored a ghost town, my family and I, and we actually, on my birthday weekend, we went for 4 days and visited 7 different places. My family's being so nice and taking me places that I've wanted to see, and I love exploring the desert. So that's what we did. So go over to Burning Sands Exploration. That's my second channel, and take a look at our ghost town adventure. And I'm posting another one tonight too, so we'll talk to you later. Have a good evening. You all take care. Bye-bye.